already see what it is. He thinks he's a gangster.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Marky Marks and Fuego podcast. This is episode number 2, and we have a special guest, Tessa Mele, my niece. She's 9 years old, flew all the way in from Chicago, Illinois. She's a violinist. She's going to be performing for us today after the show. She's an artist, an athlete. She's just a savant, and super excited to have you on. Let's start by, why don't you tell us how old you are?
I'm 9.
You're 9 years old. Awesome. And, so this podcast is all about entrepreneurs, entertainers, musicians, artists, comedians, people who are building something to make a difference in the lives of others. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
I like to climb, I like doing art, and I really like playing my violin. I've been playing my violin for 4.5 years, and I started when I was in kindergarten. I'm in 4th grade now.
Okay.
I'm in the CYSO, that's the Chicago Youth Symphony Orchestra, and
That's awesome. So, if you had to rank everything, and I basically kind of just heard it, but what would you say is, your favorite of all those activities and hobbies?
Climbing and playing the violin.
Okay, but let's get serious. Let's rank it, because there's winners, there's losers, and there's someone who comes in second and third place. So, what do you like best? Playing the violin, climbing?
Climbing is my favorite.
Okay, so you love climbing. We're gonna have to change that because we don't want you breaking any bones or anything. Not necessarily. I'm kidding. So violin, you love violin as well. So tell us about violin. How did you get started playing the violin?
Well, it was kind of an accident. My mom and dad asked me if I wanted to, and I was really ill, and I didn't know. I was like, yeah. So there's this music school at my school, so I just started doing that. And then when I got older, I moved to CYSO, so...
Okay, awesome. So the school, you're in the Chicago public schools, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they offered the lessons, and you started taking lessons. And what made you say, hey, I really like playing the violin? What about it?
Well, I heard the other older kids playing, and I really liked it. So I just started playing more.
So when you started playing, what did your mom and dad tell you in terms of getting good and becoming better at the violin? What are some of the things that you had to do to improve, to be where you're at today, to be part of the Chicago Youth Symphony Orchestra?
They said that maybe I could practice more. I'm good at it, but I could be more better, and maybe one day I could be a famous violinist.
Really? So what was the key ingredient to getting to that point, to get better and be a famous violinist?
I practice a lot.
How much do you practice?
I practice every day for 30 minutes, but sometimes if I don't practice, I would practice an hour for the next day, so...
Oh, so you make it up?
Yeah, 30 minutes. Sometimes I play over 30 minutes, but...
Okay, awesome. So you're practicing every single day, 7 days a week?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. How many days a week would you say you miss, and then you make up for it the next day? In 1 week?
1, but if I'm at my grandma's house or something like that, sometimes I bring my violin, sometimes I don't. So I don't always practice.
Got it, because you're spending the night and doing sleepovers at grandma's?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it. So the Chicago Youth Symphony Orchestra, take me through that. What does it take to get into it? Is it something that's a lead? It's something that you have to try out for? How does that work? And what age do you actually get to try out?
The age I think you have to be is, I think it's maybe 7. And you have to audition for it. And there's 3 levels. There's the overture strings, which is the lowest level, and then the preparatory strings, and then the debut orchestra, which is really good. There's the orchestra strings is what I'm in right now, but I'm in an audition for the preparatory strings, so I'm moving up a level, possibly.
You're climbing that ladder. And then one day you're going to build the ladder. Right?
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. So were you 7 when you tried out? Yeah, I think you were 7. But 7's a great number because my twin brother, your uncle, and my twin brother is 7 minutes older than me. You know we're twins. 7-Eleven is right around the corner. And then like the 7 dwarfs from Snow White, like that's pretty cool too. So gotta love the number 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you started when you were playing 7, and Mark Frontier's favorite number is 7, so 777, right? Okay, so tell me a little bit about how you learned violin, right? So when you started learning, did you start reading music? Did you play by ear for a while? Like, what were the different teachers you had, and how did you learn?
So first, I did not know how to read music at all.
Yep.
I just learned to read music, I think it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm good at listening and playing it, and I can look at the music and read it. And my teacher in the orchestra her name is Miss Anne.
Uh-huh.
And I really like her because she's really nice. And if we make a mistake, she just doesn't get mad at all.
Okay, so she's really sweet. She's nice to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So you started learning by ear, and then you started learning to read music and music theory. Was there some type of instructor or program you followed when you learned by ear?
Yeah, so I use books, like reading books. The first one was Suzuki. There are different levels of the book. I'm on the second book right now, but I don't use that book anymore. I use all 4 strings. It's like a bunch of different activities you can do. And then the book I'm using now is solos for violinists, and that's pretty much all I'm using right now.
So let's take it back. You said 2 things that were important. Suzuki was the name of the program you're using, that book.
Yeah.
Is that the same guy that created those cars that are on the street? The Suzuki
know.
cars, or no?
No.
Okay. And then the one about the soul, is that soul music you're learning, or what kind of soul is that?
Solo is just
solo. Oh, it's solo?
Yeah, solo.
Oh, I thought you said soul, like I'm a soul man. Did it. That's what I would sing if I was in Korea. Anyways, all right, so I love it. So what would you say, because it's elite to be in the Chicago Youth Symphony Orchestra, you're making it to the next level, you're only 9 years old, would you give any advice to any kids younger than you, or someone who wants to learn to play the violin? Like, what would you say, hey, this is really what you need to focus on to get good if you want to be exceptional, extraordinary, better than just everybody else? What do you have to do? Like, what does it take?
Well, you have to practice a lot.
Okay.
You have to get into a good place where you can learn and understand and have a teacher that can actually teach you.
Yep.
And you want to get so there's something called violin tape.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps you with the fingering on when you play the violin.
Yep.
So I had that for a while, and it helped me a lot. So I would recommend that if someone was having trouble. And I guess that's pretty much it. Just
Okay, got it. So the recipe for success is practice a lot. Be able to have a good teacher that you can understand from, and if you don't understand something, then
and
you probably go ahead.
Equipment like for the bottom. You can use chin rests and put things on your violin to make it more comfortable and stuff like that.
Okay, so knowing your equipment,
Mm-hmm.
And then the last piece of that was learning from your instructor, and what else? There was one more thing you said that was important.
I think it was violin tape.
Oh, that's right. Knowing your placement with the violin tape.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and just practicing that a lot. Okay, so it comes down to those 3 things to be successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love it. So. Didn't even ruin the ceiling. What a reaction is great. Sorry. I love it. Okay, so climbing. Why do you like climbing so much? Tell me about that.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really count as climbing, but I was climbing when I climbed out of my cage a lot, like my little the crib.
Okay.
And then I started climbing trees, like little trees, when I went outside. And I like going outside a lot. Like, a lot.
Okay. So you love the outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, there's nature and there's nurture. And it sounds like nature, right, is something that it's innate. You were born with this, like almost like a primate where monkeys climb. You just have that in you, and you just kind of like a monkey, and you love to climb, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. I feel that. It sounds like you absolutely love it. Where do you climb? Do you climb on a wall at the gym? Because Mom works at a gym, right?
Yeah, I climb at the wall at a gym. There's this place, like, next to my house, Brooklyn Boulders, and it's this big place. There's a bunch of rock climbing walls, and you can boulder. Bouldering is just climbing really big walls without ropes.
Yeah.
And there's mats on the bottom, so if you fall, it's fine. But that was really fun.
How high is it?
Pretty high. It's probably like higher than the ceiling.
Okay, so this is like 8 feet, so we're talking like 10 feet.
Yeah.
And if you fall, it's no big deal?
No, there's really big. It's like that big.
I mean, you're tiny, so I wouldn't want to break a bone. Gotta be careful. All right, sounds like you're a pro at climbing, so I love that. So let's talk about like we're living in COVID, right? And this is something that even your great grandmother, who's 89 years old, has never experienced, and we're locked up in the house. What's the transition like as a student, going to school, being able to see your friends, to play, and now you're learning online from home? Talk to us a little bit about that and how life has changed.
Well, they said that, so I was in 3rd grade when it started. The kids were wearing masks in the school, and I was like really, like, I was like looking at my friends. We weren't wearing masks, and it was so weird because I'm like, wait, what's going on? Because I never knew what was going on. I didn't know anything about COVID.
Okay.
At all. And then like the teachers told us, and they said we would be off school for 2 weeks.
I mean, I'd be pretty excited. Were you excited about that or no?
Yes and no, because I thought it would just be 2 weeks.
Okay.
It has not been 2 weeks.
Got it. So basically, you've been doing it since last year, right?
Yes.
Okay. So almost a year.
And they said in February that we would be going back school like a couple days a week. I would be in school a couple days a week. I would be online. And at least that's good. I don't know if it's for sure going to happen, but I hope it is going to happen.
Okay, so this February.
Yeah, and it is definitely, I don't like e-learning at all.
You don't like e-learning at all? Why not? Tell me about that.
Well, once my computer died in the middle of class.
Okay.
And like there's people you can't hear someone, and then you get kicked out of the meeting. And if you're trying to open up an assignment, it won't open up, and it's like really hard to do things on the computer. So.
What else about it? Like, what's hard? You brought some other things up too, because there's not just one person in your house, right?
Yeah, and there's my mom and dad. My dad works upstairs in his office. He's an office, and my mom does classes downstairs.
What kind of classes?
Like workout classes.
Workout classes? Like biking, triathlon, like virtual workouts to where you don't have to go to a gym, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing because she's a triathlete, right? Yeah, and she's got like, what, thousands of students at a time. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. And that's Laura Mele, and she does virtual training online. So you got to check her out on Facebook. Give me the pros and give me the cons of virtual e-learning. Like, what's the positive and what's the not so positive?
Well, the good things about e-learning is probably that I can go to the bathroom whenever I want to.
That's cool.
I can go on my couch.
Go to the bathroom on your couch?
No.
Oh, like just go like sit on your couch?
Yeah, while
so
I'm
more
in school.
comfortable?
And I mean, I kind of like it because it's a little. I mean, it's too quiet though.
Okay, but we're talking about the pros though. So like, sit on the couch, go to the bathroom whenever you want. What else?
I can turn off my camera.
Okay, so turn off your camera if you don't want them to see what's going on. All right, what are the cons?
Well, I get kicked out of the meeting, and then there are people walking by, like my mom and dad, and it's hard to pay attention. And like it's hard to see on my screen because when they present on the screen, I cannot see it at all. So it's really hard to pay attention in school.
Got it. I would have a hard time too. I really would. I feel that. All right, so what's next in the life of Tessa? Where are you going in your transition as you continue to get better at violin? You're with the Chicago Youth Symphony Orchestra. You're trying out for the next level. What do you see on the horizon for what you want to do?
Well, I definitely want to get to the next level of my violin orchestra, and I definitely want to go back to school.
Yep.
And I think that maybe I could, like, in school, in my school, there are lots of reasons we go back to school. Like, they installed special air filters in the school to, like, clear out the air, and we're going to wear masks. Like, we're going to social distance, like, and people still think that we can't go back to school. So, and only, like, half of the school is going back, so.
Yep.
It doesn't really make any sense, and I just really hope, I just want it to be next year right now. Like,
you want to be what?
Next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. So there's a couple more things that you're involved in that we didn't really talk about. Let's talk about that. You're in travel softball, a travel league. That's tough to get in because you have to make that, correct?
Yeah.
What position do you play?
Well, I don't really have, like, a certain position, but I have positions that I like.
Yep.
Second base, and I like right field and left field, and those are, like, and that's where I normally play.
Okay.
So.
And then how many games are you going to play this year or this season coming up for softball?
Well, I think I'm going to play in the spring and summer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think I'm going to play in spring and summer, and there is, we're going to travel everywhere, like we're going to go to Wisconsin Dells, and we're even going to go, like, in the water slide after we go.
That's incredible.
The game. Yeah.
I almost want to play on the team.
I don't know how many games we are going to do, but I know that I think we do one once or twice a week, maybe. I'm not sure, but
yeah,
we practice a lot. And I just really like playing softball too. So
yeah, that's great. And then the other thing that you're really good at, because I saw you drawing and painting, is art, right? You like art a lot. Yeah. Do you want to do anything with that?
Yeah. I don't know what, but I'm gonna do something.
Yeah, but you enjoy it. You're really good. Because we played Pictionary on the electronic board, and you almost won, right? What happened there?
I don't know. It's really hard.
It's tough, but you're really good. But who won?
Yep.
I did?
Yeah.
By how much?
I don't know. 4 points?
Something like that? Yeah, I mean, I'll just be honest. I'll give you the credit that you're the better artist. I'm just competitive. I didn't want to lose to a 9-year-old. All right. Well, anything else you wanted to say to anybody about anything or anything you wanted to talk about?
No.
No, that's it? All right. Well, that was awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, my niece, she's 9 years old. She's an amazing violinist and athlete and artist and just moving her career along from 9 years old. If anyone wants to find you online to find out, hey, what's Tessa Mele all about, or like her music, do you have a YouTube channel or anything?
No.
Okay, Mom and Dad, we need to fix that because that's marketing. And if I'm her uncle, we need to get her a YouTube channel because people need to discover her. But anyways, all right, I love it. Thank you so much for joining on the show. We're going to have a performance here afterwards. And what are you going to be playing for us?
Elf Dance.
Elves dance. All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Tessa. Loved it. It was a lot of fun, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right.